Well, Gene Smith, I want to welcome you in. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to sit down with you, celebrating Black History Month, Vice President, Athletic Director at The Ohio State. What does Black History Month mean to you?
Oh man, it's a great time. You know, it provides us an opportunity to help, first and foremost, teach our young people their history. It's a time for us to help us recognize that the diversity in our society is extremely valuable. You know, race or religion or whatever, but we need to always pause and look at how Black people contributed to the diversity of this society positively. A lot of people talk about, oh, we shouldn't have it, it needs to go away, and no, it shouldn't. We shouldn't do that. We need to continue to educate people.
When you look across the landscape of athletics, is it where you want it to be for African Americans, or is there still is there a long way to go?
Yeah, there's a long way to go. You know, in the coaching ranks, there's a long way to go. In football, we've taken slippage in men's basketball. That needs to recorrect itself. We need to find a way to help more people of color get in head coach positions, and we need to get back to that. Where we are with athletic directors is better than it's ever been, but that's a direct result of effort and hard work. We need to keep it growing. We need the presidential leadership that's continuing to emerge and understand that people who have talents and skills that may not necessarily look like them can still do the job. And so I'm at that age where I can pick up the phone and have that conversation. I used to couldn't have that conversation.
Right.
I had to be careful with but now I just pick up the phone and
Filter's gone, huh?
It's gone. It's gone.
You made stops at Iowa State and Arizona State.
Yeah.
What are some of the
Iowa
things?
State.
What are some of the things you learned at those stops that help prepare you for where you ultimately are right now?
So think about that. Right? I grew up in Cleveland. I'm looking at Ames, Iowa.
Right.
25,000 people and 25,000 students, and probably less than 1% look like me. So anyway, I didn't think that they were real when I first went for the interview, because at that time, EEOC and affirmative action was at its strongest. Schools couldn't conduct an interview process without, for sure, proving that they had minorities in the pool. I was in every search. And I'll never forget Sid Dempsey, DeLastos, all those guys said, don't get discouraged. You need to keep doing it. You'll get better at the interview process. It's a beauty pageant. Okay, you just keep doing it. You know who's going to get that job. We all know who's going to get that job, but you need to go. So when I went to Iowa State, I looked at it that way, and I was so wrong. I learned so much in Ames, Iowa, and Iowa State about work ethic and appreciation for people, and all they cared about is that you work hard. That's all they cared about. Do your job, do it excellently, and people respected you. They didn't care about the color of my skin.
I know there are going to be multiple things, but give me maybe one thing that you're really proud that you were able to get implemented into athletics.
Probably the focus on the individual athlete is the thing I'm most proud of. I inherited here a program where everything was about group teaching. You take the football team, you go in there and you study for 2 hours and come out. And so getting all of our coaches and all of our staff to make sure we understand what does Howard need, because it's different than probably what Gene needs. And so we have that culture, and there's buildings and things of that nature, and budgets and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what I'm about is what I'm blessed to have had in my life. I would not be here today were it not for the sport of football. So I'm indebted to it. I remember my experiences. I wasn't a great student. Mm-hmm. I had a guy by the name of Nick DeChico that helped get me through school at Notre Dame. So I want to make sure we do that with every kid we have.
There's some good news coming out of Columbus. Gene Smith has been given the James Corbett Memorial Award from the National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics. It is the highest honor that you can get in that position.
You're going to be receiving the James J. Corbett Memorial Award. What does that mean specifically when you're the first sitting AD to be able to receive that?
It's hard to talk about. NACTA gave me so much, and never forget Mike Cleary calling me, and for some reason he engaged me with NACTA, and probably because he was ahead of his time. You know, he started the John McClendon Scholarship Fund for minorities to get graduate funding, but he got me engaged, and I became the president of NACTA. But it's there where I met all my friends in the business. It's there where I learned so much. You know, to have them, provide me with this award is, it's crazy. You know, it's emotional, and they're the ones that mean a lot to me, and so it'll be a big moment.